Hello, everybody. Welcome to Highwire Improv Sunday shows. I am Brian. I'll be your host for the next 90 minutes. We're super excited. Some of our favorite regular Sunday teams here today. In half an hour, 30 minutes, we will be seeing the British American Experience show I am part of, which is always super fun because we are going to fix all the problems between Britain and America, and then they will all get messed up again in 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll have to do it again. So, very, very pumped for this show. If you watch the British American Experience, we do PowerPoint presentations, and I'm very, very excited about mine this month. It is so dumb. I can't stress how dumb my presentation is, and I'm very excited for that. Oh, Bella, I moved you. Don't take that thing. I hit the wrong person. All right. Sorry about that. I'm trying to do two things at once. We know that's not my strong suit. All right. We're going to get our first team out here, though. They have been entertaining me for the last 20-ish minutes. One of our, both of them have been on here a long time with different teams. So they come together here in a superpower way. This is a British American combo, just like the second half of the show. Please welcome to the stage Emma T. and Bela.
Hello, everybody. I am Emma T. When I say Emma, you say T. Emma T.
T.
Emma T.
T.
And this
is Bela. When you say Bela, you think of singing on a body of water because it's bay, like a bay, and then la 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 la.
Bay la 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 la. And together we are Emma T and Bela here with our improv show for you today on Highwire. Now, Brian, could you provide us with a word of inspiration to start us off today, please?
Yes. Microchip.
Microchip.
Ooh.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but the chip was so micro that I lost it. I can't seem to find it even with the magnifying glass you gave me.
Assistant Scientist Jones, I gave you this role of assistant scientist because you were supposed to be one of the best microchip experts in the world.
Micromanager Phillips. I know, and I thank you for pointing out what I already knew.
Micro CV length. That's a resume length. You. Yes, that's my insult.
Was that a micro? That. Was yes, that a micro insult that was just a bit short?
Oh. And your reply then? I was expecting you to go on for ages, but I can't because you've got a micro vocabulary. Yes, I know I didn't say that right, but that's how much of a micro you've got.
I'm going to hit you with an eyelash. So begin to feel a microaggression of anger.
That caused micro pain in my body.
I'm not even actually sure. You know what? I don't think I actually even had an eyelash in my hand. I think I was just.
Oh, in that case, that gives me time to think of a comeback. Micro comeback. Have you been out of the restaurant recently? It's quite nice, isn't it? Your micro skills are so small that even a micro machine would think that it was big.
My micro brain is coming back to what you said previously. I have been to a restaurant. And then I think you said something after that, but my micro brain couldn't process it. Look, we need to find that microprocessor. We're falling apart here as a company.
Right, okay, so first of all, I'll put the microscopes on my eyes.
Oh, shit! No. Oh, God.
Oh no, just then, in your eye. I saw it. The microchip. You must have rubbed your eye whilst having the microchip on your finger.
You sure it wasn't just the eyelash that you saw? It was the actual microchip.
It's the actual microchip.
Well, then
I'd recognize it anywhere. It's small.
Yes, it's small. It's not like there's other small things like dust or little iotas of things. No, because we are in a computer clean room.
Exactly. There shouldn't be any types of dust of any kind, other than. Well, I mean, I hope you don't mind, but I've got some micro tweezers. I think I can see exactly where it is.
Please, just to get us out of the situation we're in, go for it. I'll take these down. Just.
You-
No.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, well then, thank God the company is saved.
We live another day.
Let's go get lunch.
Oh yeah, that restaurant, very, very nice.
The one we talked about previously.
Yeah, the previously aforementioned.
Today's business news, microelectronic company. Their stock has gone up because, well, they recently fired a number of useless employees. And with a lower headcount, their costs are going down. And we have an expert on the electronic industry, Dr. Fassbender.
Hello, thank you so much, Jed. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Yes, as an expert on the industry, I'd like to say that things are heading up.
Now, Dr. Fassbender, that's the kind of, observations that we've come to expect from you. But could it be that the industry could head down in the future? Is that possible, Dr. Fassbender?
I mean, that is a very good question, Jed. Could it go down? The answer is yes.
Should our viewers be holding their ankles in a position of crash as if the airplane was going to go straight into the ground? Or should they be looking up at the sun directly with their eyeballs and not even worry about the danger that the sun could blind them? If you know what I mean, I'm speaking metaphorically.
Jed, I know exactly what you mean.
Yes.
In those metaphors there, I'd probably advise all viewers to lie horizontal, with one eye towards the sky, the other towards the floor, one arm pointing up, one arm pointing down, one leg pointing up, one leg pointing down, and their organs in somewhere in the middle. If you get my metaphor.
Oh, of course, Dr. Fassbinder. This is fascinating and of course very nuanced. But if there was one thing that you would have our viewers do when it comes to investing in the microelectronics industry per se, one specific piece of advice that would take their portfolios to the moon, so to speak, metaphorically. What would that one and just solitary uno piece of advice, just one, because we're running out of time. We only have 3 minutes left.
Okay,
Yes.
so 3 minutes. I mean, 3 minutes can be quite a long time if you like to think of time in that manner.
Dr. Fassbinder, please, I need Dr. Fistbinder. I need your one word of advice.
Okay.
I'm looking at the producer. The producer is saying wrap it up. So just one piece of advice, Dr. Pisswender.
First of all, I feel like I should probably correct you on my name, but as we're running out of time, that's fine. I'll just accept that and think about it later. Probably mull it over for quite a while. But no, you're right. There's only a small amount of time, so I.
Dr. Kissminder, if you could just give us the one piece of advice.
Okay, the one piece of advice is Beep.
We've had technical difficulties with Dr. Giswinder, and we'll be back after these commercial messages. Mom, my investment portfolio tanked.
Oh, Cindy. You know that I only give you a tiny, tiny allowance. I mean, you can't really have lost that much, could you?
Mother, I lost my money that was in my piggy bank, but then I also lost all of your money that was in your 401k.
Oh.
And I lost all of Daddy's money. I lost the house. I lost the lawnmower. I don't really have a good sense of what things are worth, but I feel like I've lost a lot, Mommy.
Oh, Cindy. My God, let me just check on my phone. You've probably got it wrong. It probably was just your own.
Mommy,
your
Mommy,
own.
that phone is not yours anymore. It's
Oh.
actually owned by the tax people. They'll
Oh.
want it. They'll want you to mail it in soon. I got this letter from the tax people at the government. I don't know what the agency is called, but they're very powerful.
Oh my goodness.
You can read it. You can
Yeah.
read it. Look, your name is there, and Daddy's name, and then my name. And why? It's weird that my name is all in caps. It seemed like the tax people are angry. I've never seen that before.
Darling, you've and in big, massive letters is the word jail. Oh dear. It must be a mistake. No.
Good news, Mommy. I'm a minor, so I can't go to jail. But Mommy, I will miss you.
No.
My new daddies are here. My new daddies and mommies, and they have government uniforms. Yay! What are we going to do with all the children?
We've arrested so many of them. And all they do is sing. Anyone would think they were part of a musical.
Look, I can't take any more singing children. I thought when we arrested all the parents that we had done our jobs, but turned out the kids didn't turn out so well without parents. And especially when they started singing, I realized we had really screwed up all the parenting stuff that we did as government agents.
Yeah. I mean, rule number 1 is never sing. I taught that to every child in my care. And what do? They rebel. They rebel against authority. And they just start singing.
You know, it's almost as if that book on parenting that we didn't read, maybe we should have read it.
Yeah. I'll read some now. Probably point out the mistakes that we've made.
Maybe there's a whole chapter on singing. I bet there's something on musicals in there. The kids I'm responsible, all 84 of them. Yeah, I think they were doing Grease the other day with John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Are they even alive still? I don't know.
That's not an age-appropriate musical for those children.
They were smoking.
Oh, my God. See, that is them rebelling. My 164 children that I'm looking after, they all of them try to rebel in some kind of a way, whether it's like you turn around and they stick their tongue out, or that they start singing when you have told them not to.
Hold up. I think I might have said 80. So I'm actually down to 76 now. Looks like 6 have died in some type of musical accident.
Musical accidents, they're the worst.
Musical accidents.
Musical accidents.
They're the worst.
They are the worst.
They are the worst.
Oh God. If I could tell you about all the musical accidents my ones have had, I mean, I just said I had 164, but now they're down to less than 100.
Oh Jesus! What?
Yes, they were all wiped out in that one very quick musical accident just whilst I was reading this book.
Was it just a horrible musical number? I mean, did somebody sing and then the ears ripped apart and blood just flowed, or do you even know the details?
Well, since it happened, since I was just sitting here and gazing off to them in the distance, they seem to be making some sort of formation, a kind of a dance number.
Oh, look, I'm going to tell you this because I've had a lot of kids die from this. Don't put them in leather outfits because the leather shrinks when it gets wet. So when there's moisture like fog, then the leather shrinks, and then those little puny bodies are tightened and constricted like snakes. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, I made some grave mistakes. I mean, some of them wanted to do method acting for Oliver, so I sent them out onto the streets of London alone, and not many of them came back.
I look. I hesitate to say this, but I sent some of mine for voice lessons, and I think when they did that, they talked to people who actually made them think that they deserve food and water and drink. Look, we don't have time to read that book. We've got too many kids dying. We're going to be down to zero soon and lose our jobs.
By the time you said that, mine have they've whittled down to about 40. Some of them just joined a bus that said X Factor this way. Others of them just died of boredom because I haven't been stimulating with anything to do for a while.
One of my kids just said that he wanted Simon Cowell as his father instead of me.
What an insult! There is no insult greater than that.
I mean, I might be a hideous person, and I might be employed by the government. I might have no feelings whatsoever, but God damn it, I'm still better than Simon Cowell.
You are. You keep and the musicals, it's a picture of Simon Cowell in the Good Parenting Guide.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Apparently my entire life was wrong. Look, I'm gonna go try to rescue a child. At least if there's one left, then they won't.
There's not any left on.
Not any left on
my side. They've all just died. But
today was the day that music died.
Today was the day that music died.
Yeah. So you're saying that you've got this group called the Beatles.
That's right. Called the Beatles.
Beatles.
Yes. It's kind of a sort of a pun, you see, because there's a beat of a drum.
Yes.
And there's oohs, like oohs. What's going on here? You know the famous saying, oohs. It says beat. Oohs.
Look, here at our knitting circle, we're very discriminating about the music groups that we allow to play for us while we knit. Now, the beat, the pun, and the oohs, the Beatles.
Yes.
Are they going to be an appropriate fit as we knit our sweaters and such things?
Well, I mean, we've played all over the world and we've received a great fandom. I mean, we're just looking for a quick gig before we head off. So yeah.
Have you played any other knitting circles in Liverpool?
What have I played?
No,
played to a giant circle of teenage girls screaming, "Please play more! Please play more!" I know that is circular.
No. I'm sorry, you have no previous relevant experience. All the girls screaming. This is not little kindergarten of music. This is the knitting circle of Liverpool. We are quite the difficult audience. Lucy over there, do you see Lucy? When her eyes are awake, she is quite the tough critic.
I wrote a song about her. It's called Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I saw her walking down the road at Liverpool. She went in, she got some diamonds from Mr. Sky, the diamond dealer, and I was like, Lucy in the sky.
All right. I'm impressed. But how about our other member down there, Rocky Raccoon? Not only the women these days are knitting, but we also have Rocky Raccoon, older gentleman, former Shakespearean actor, but named Rocky Raccoon. What about him?
I'm sure that I've written a song that
You have.
I'm sure I have written a song that encompasses his name in some variety. I've written so many songs, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
All right, then here's an easy one. Right next to me, right up against my shoulder, is Martha. Martha is very, very middle-aged, normal knitter. Her fingers are mid-sized. She has a very mean needle, which she sometimes sticks into her ear when the bands that play here are bad. What do you have for Martha, if anything?
I've probably written a song entirely about Martha.
What was a probably? You...
it probably goes something like this. Martha. Ooh.
Oh, all right. You're hired. You're hired. Just make sure that each of the Beatles know that when they come into the knitting circle, they are coming into the hardest test of their professional careers.
I'm sure a few older a few
and Rocky Raccoon,
a few of you old knitters. That's what I meant to say. Would enjoy our songs. And I don't think we should probably be scared of you in any way. So
I'm gonna point this needle at you and just say you should be scared, and we'll see if we enjoy your songs.
Well, we have got another gig at the Palladium, so we could just go and do that one instead.
Well, if you want the easy way out, I suppose the road traveled that's like toilet paper and just simple and easy. But if you want a real challenge,
I guess that road is quite long and winding.
There's no toilet paper on our road. Long and winding. I'm just gonna hit you with the needle now.
Doing, doing. Oh, these chords sound great. Ooh, I think I've written a new song.
So, how have you been doing with the new electronic mode of music making?
Yeah, so basically I put the voice converter in, twist it on, better twist it on now, and then when I twist it on, all of the music comes out in electronic style. I try and sing from my heart, the electronics change it into electronic sounds.
Look, as your agent, I'm excited by this. The interface between humans and microchips. You essentially look like a Borg from Star Trek, and I'm enjoying it.
Well, the thing is, Simon C, is that I feel that when I go out there and I perform, I need to just make sure that everyone is listening, not only to what I have to say, but what the Dark Overlord Robotron has to say. So I think that the two of them mixed together quite lovely. Thanks, Simon.
All right. I'm just going to drop this whole nice guy thing that I added in recently when they told me that my ratings were down, and I'm just going to come out and say the truth, the Simon C. truth.
Oh, no.
And that is, take the dark side, listen to the Dark Lord robot, and everything that you think of as good, every feeling that you have, every little shred of humanity, leave it, and then watch your talent soar. But know that you will have no life, you will have no friends, you will have no loved ones. Well, of course, there will be fans who love you, but you'll never be able to see them because you'll be stuck in a recording studio, or you'll be stuck dancing in front of people like a trained monkey doing music out of microchips and whatever humanity you have left. Am I making myself clear?
Thank you, Simon, for your feedback. I'll take that on board.
I'm going to now drink this milkshake. It's the only calories I get today.
The Dark Lord is ready to take over the world. Oh, I didn't actually sing that. That's a very strange thing to say.
I'm enjoying this. I will always press the button to let you through.
Oh, great. The Dark Lord is coming and will destroy everybody. The Dark Lord is here, and will kill you all. All of you, especially you, Simon Cowell, drinking your
No, Dark Lord. I am your servant. No, don't kill me. Don't kill me, Dark Lord.
Simon Cowell, you gave me life, but now you have released me from the depths of hell.
No. Dark Lord, I promise you, please don't kill me. I have only this shake left of calories and nothing left to look forward to in life. I've given off my entire soul to you, Dark Lord, no!
I have recorded that last sentence you said, and it will shortly be a #1 hit on Top of the Pops.
Oh, no.
Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Ha ha ha. And that's our show.
Shake it.
Oh my God, this is the beauty of Highwire Improv, because you never know when you tune in that you're going to see Simon Cowell, the Dark Lord, and the Beetle all in less than 30 minutes. So it's remarkable. Come and say goodbye, Emma T. and Bela. So much fun as always. We love having you here. It's always so weird and so silly. And I appreciate it. So we will see both of you again soon. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you, Highwire.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, and if you are a regular Highwire viewer, you know what this background means. We are getting ready for one of my favorite hours of the month. And it's weird. We just did this 2 weeks ago. We had to maneuver some scheduling around. So we are back 2 weeks earlier than we normally would be. But we're very excited to be here. So I'm going to go away for a moment. And then is everybody here? No, not everybody's here yet. Still waiting for a few people, including the other host. Okay. So I'll talk about Highwire stuff then. Highwire is we are off for a couple weeks for shows. So our next show is the 23rd of June, but we have many great jams happening. We do a jam every Wednesday in Baltimore if you're in the region. Oh, I sent a message. I will send another one. Hold on. Oh, here comes Sarah's here. We just have one more. We're just waiting for one more. Let's see if Cal comes on his own. But we are doing many great jams. So this week, our jam on Wednesday is our monthly musical jam with Bag Karaoke Experience. On the 14th and the 21st, we will have Pride Month jams. So the first one will be for LGBTQIA improvisers and allies. And the second one will just be for LGBTQIA improvisers, no allies. So we're very happy to have hold that space for these affinity groups and give them an opportunity to celebrate Pride in that way. We will have a regular jam on the 28th, and then we're going to take a little time off of the indoor jams, but we will be doing some outdoor jams, and we're very excited about that. So yeah, so Highwire's got lots of great stuff going on. Highwireimprov.com. Check it out. That's where all the good stuff is. So I will be right back with the beginning of the British American experience.
Tomato, tomato, let's call the whole thing off. But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part.
Everybody knows what that means. The background, the pointing.
Then that might break my
We need to copyright that.
So
We need that.
I was freestyling then. I'm not sure what was going on there.
I never know what's going on. Hello, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, here we are again.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Very excited. I'm looking at the list to make sure I know what I'm doing today.
Yes. I'll talk you through it.
Yes, we will make it work. Good. So no, I'm excited to be here with another great opportunity to there were only 2 weeks for everything to get all cocked up. So we might not have as much work to do, but next time 6 weeks between shows. That's going to be hard.
That's a long time. Yeah, we'll be sad.
Yes.
But yeah, welcome to the British American experience, everybody. We are basically going to answer every kind of cultural question you might have about Britain and America in an hour. That's what we're going to do, isn't it? Through improv. Yeah.
Yes. And presentations.
And presentations, yes, very importantly. Oh yeah. Mine is really special this week, I'm just going to say.
Oh, mine is it's short but informative, but also dumb.
Yeah. Same. Of course.
And I hadn't opened. I'm opening it now. I forgot to open it. There we go. Okay, we're all set now.
So to get us started, we need some suggestions. I think we already have some, which is awesome. But yeah, Brian, would you?
Thank you to everyone who commented on my Facebook post. We will probably be good for a few months, but if you're watching on YouTube or anywhere else, which I don't know where else you'd be watching, I'm only streaming it to one place.
Cinema.
I don't know. In my hopes and dreams, someone is pirating this YouTube stream and sending it out somewhere else and ripping us off, and I'm okay with that because I'm an improviser and I never expect to see any money. But no, we need three different kinds of suggestions. The first one is a typically American location where a scene might take place. Number two is a typically British location where a scene might take place. And the third is any questions you have about either or both cultures that we can, again, solve them through the medium of improv. Anything at all, preferably something that is not just solely an American asking a question about the British, because that's what we get a lot of.
Yeah, and also nothing about tea because it is genuinely too triggering.
Or how to heat up water. No. We don't want to go there.
Fine, it'll be fine. So without further ado, I think let's get our casts on. So could I please ask the small but mighty this week British cast to come on? Thank you. Hello, here they are in all their glory. And we have with us today Brendan.
All right.
All right. And we also have Dan.
Let's see what improv we can find through the square window.
Oh, hello.
Very nice. Yes. Now, when you say small but mighty, I see Brendan is very tall. Is Brendan very tall? No, because I'm not.
Brian, it's all relative. Nobody over 6 foot is very tall to me, so I.
Yeah, someone one time when we started doing in person was very surprised I was not around 6 feet tall. I'm not much over 5 feet tall, guys.
Yeah, sometimes I still surprise people when they meet me. They're like, "Oh," which I still really enjoy. Yeah.
I think I've seen pictures of Dan with people, so I get the gist there. I just don't know if I've seen a picture of Brendan with people. But anyway,
I meant more like small in numbers. I wasn't just height shaming everyone.
We don't need tangents, but what we do need is the American cast. So come on out, folks. And
Here
Misty
they are.
is always the first. Misty has the quickest trigger finger to get here. So we have Misty.
How y'all doing today? Yeah.
We have Kale.
Howdy.
And we have Millie.
So
Billy's cool. Yeah.
Classic Millie. Classic Millie.
So, thank you for joining us, everyone. We're going to get started in a minute with our translation scenes. So in a minute, we will see Kale and Millie doing a typically American scene in a typically American setting from your suggestions. And then Brendan and Dan will be watching that, and they're going to seamlessly reenact it and translate it into more of a British scene. So yeah, Brian, what do we have, please, as a suggestion?
For the American scene, you will be at a dog park.
Dog park. Ooh. Okay, let's see.
oh, which one's yours?
None of them actually. I enjoy the vibe. So
Okay, all right. You know what? Dog people are all people. So, I just love that you're here to just enjoy. But just so you know, mine is the Shih Tzu right there with the bows.
the one that's like just going in circles,
Yes,
with the
chasing her own
crazy
tail.
one. Can I? Is this? I don't know if this is Ford. Can I pet your dog?
Oh my gosh, she just loves pets. I do have to recommend that when you pet her, it is always from the head to tail. If you go the other way, she gets she won't bite you, but you definitely tell she's annoyed.
I'll show the submissive stance.
Wow, you know so much about dogs, even though you don't have dogs. I'm a little embarrassed to ask this, but did you bring a bag?
Yeah. What size do you need? I've got
Oh my gosh,
extra large. I've got
she's a small thing.
oh, of course you are. Of course you got little dirty boots. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
It's just a
She's,
cute.
she's real
I mean,
cute.
thank you. I mean, it means a lot to me that you recognize her as a dog, because I get really annoyed when people say that she's just basically a large rat.
A scene. Right, let's see the British equivalent. What could it be?
Unbelievable. Which one's yours?
None of them. I want peace and quiet and to touch up litterers.
You're sitting in a park and you don't have a dog.
As is my right to.
I don't know. Bit fun if you ask me. People talk.
Well, let them talk. I'll be here just yelling at people who drop a cigarette butt or a crisp packet.
Mm. That one's mine. Rover, the poodle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are going to clean that up.
If it bothers you so much, why don't you clear it up?
Well, I will. I have my own bags.
Ugh. There is a toilet for humans in the cafe. Why have you brought your own bags? It's disgusting. People talk.
It's not for me. It's for people who don't clean up after their own dogs.
Mm. Well, if you're prepared, then me and Rover will just carry on and we'll leave you to clear up the mess.
Fine. Fine. Will that justify my presence?
100% accurate.
Yes. It's like seeing it twice. It's like seeing the same.
So now we're going to do the flip side of that. So Brendan and I will do a typically British scene, and Brian and Misty will then translate that into an American setting. So yeah, what do we have for a British setting, please?
I do want to say that first suggestion came from our friend Nicole Perkowitz, who improvises in Chicago and has been in Austin. So I'd like to give credit. This one is from David Escobedo, and it is Bins at the Curb.
Oh, only green bin today.
I can't get my head around the bin schedule. I've got 5 different bins, and I just don't understand when I put which one out anymore.
Right, and we've had a run of bank holidays, which
Yeah.
affects which one it is. Yeah.
And I've seen the neighbours looking at me, like none of them give me any advice, but they just scowl at me when I put the wrong bin out.
Yeah, busybodies. No, it's the green one for recycling and it's the brown one for garden waste.
Ah, but what if it's recyclable garden waste, Derek? What then?
For example,
Garden waste that you can also recycle, Derek.
you could put that in the small compost bin.
I'm supposed to have a small compost bin. Are you joking?
You can get it free for the council. You could just email them.
You can?
Yeah. I've got the food bin, the refuge bin, the bin for the garden stuff. I've got the green bin, obviously. And then I have the stuff that says on the back that it's recyclable at larger supermarkets. But what that really means is just put it in one of those recycle bins that are in the street.
You don't take your stuff to the larger supermarkets.
Oh, I went, but they didn't have a special bin.
I'm not sure we can be friends anymore, Derek.
Oh, now is Misty and I, yeah, Misty and I will seamlessly recreate that. It's just putting one bag out tonight.
Tonight is supposed to be 2-bagger night. I think I told you that last week. And yeah.
Oh God, I have to go make some more. Do I have to go make some more garbage?
You can either make more garbage or you can just put a big empty bag full of air out there. It doesn't really matter as long as there's 2.
Well, the neighbors are already judging me because I have generic bags and they break open. If I put an empty bag out, they'll just
Brian, they're not judging you because of your bags. I've just been telling you that so you would feel better about yourself. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I know what
about something else though.
I know what I can do. I can just take all my recycling and put that in a trash bag because that's just a scam anyway.
Yeah,
they're putting it on the landfill. They're just
it
burning
all goes to the same place. It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. I actually put everything in one bag. I label it whatever the day is, and I move on with my life because
I'm just worried because I think people are going through my trash and trying to steal my identity. So
well, that is so I can confirm for you that has been happening. I have actually several pieces here. I'm trying to discern some of your PIN numbers.
oh God, I'm gonna start taking my bags and throwing them in the dumpster in the shopping center so that no one will find me.
I mean, it's a different world, isn't it? That's what
It
I'm
is.
saying.
I did for a very short time when I had an apartment between living with some guys and buying a house with my wife. I did, instead of paying for garbage service, just take it to the dumpster at work and throw it in there.
You can't confess this on YouTube, Brian. They'll be after you.
It was almost 30 years ago. I think the statute of limitations has passed.
Oh yeah, okay. Few in.
I'm good.
So we are at the best part of the whole show, arguably.
Yes, definitely. 100%.
The PowerPoint presentations. Dun, dun, dun.
This is so dumb. Mine is so dumb. And I'm
Yeah,
so
mine is too.
excited.
Can I
Yes.
reveal what our topic is?
Yes, you go right ahead.
Okay. So for the American people watching, it is movies. For the Brits, it is films. So Brian will
that's
do
another
that.
problem we have to solve now.
It really is. We'll have to do another year, Brian. Brian will do a presentation about this from an American point of view, and the British cast will be watching, and then we'll do some improv based on Brian's presentation and vice versa. So when you're ready, take it away, Brian.
All right, let's do the modern version of the seance.
Oh.
Can you see my screen?
Oh yeah.
Yes. I suggested this topic because if you're in the know, Fast 10 recently came out. So the world is abuzz with Fast and Furious, possibly the greatest movie franchise ever created, certainly one of the most sprawling. So today I'm going to take you through the ultimate guide to the Fast and the Furious from someone who has seen none of the movie. If we had, I was, the actual full subtitle is from someone who has seen none of the movies, but for some reason has listened to a lot of podcasts about the movies, so has a general understanding of the universe this takes place in. But listening to people who talk about the movies, they get confused what happened in what movies anyway and why things happen. So I think I'm just as up to speed as any of them. So we're gonna go through this in the celebration of Fast 10. So here are the facts. These are the facts about the movies from someone who has seen none of them, but listened to many hours of podcasts. Apparently they owned a sandwich shop in the beginning, and that was a big deal, maybe, that they worked there, but were doing crime on the side. But as they became bigger, the sandwich shop just disappeared. It's just like so many movie things where something was so super important, and then they're like, yeah, we don't need that anymore. So there was a sandwich shop. It may have been a front for something, but nobody really did. This is a fact, and I've read it in many places. Vin Diesel was not allowed to lose fights, his character Dom, and he made sure that he looked taller than The Rock in all of his scenes, or at least on equal footing with him. And I've heard that they won't even do scenes together anymore. And I also heard that The Rock and Jason Statham now hate each other. So this franchise is bringing millions of people together to come to the theater, but all its stars hate each other. So it's a really timeless tale, I think, in that regard, that we have this love and hate going on between these people. They deserve nothing less, I think. Paul Walker died in real life. He was in the original ones, but his character is still alive. And from what I've gathered, that makes his character seem like a real jerk, or dick, or whatever you want to call it. Because they're still doing this thing. He has children, apparently, or nieces and nephews, but he's gone. They talk about him, but he's never there. And some of the podcasts I listen to are really worried that they are just waiting for AI and hologram technology to catch up, and that he will be in one of the final movies. Because Fast 10 is the beginning of allegedly a 3-part trilogy a la Lord of the Rings that will wrap up this series. So we'll see. They've sent cars to space, underwater, and driven them down the face of a dam. All of this happened unironically, to my knowledge. There was just absolutely no pretense of the physics. They just did it. And the cars they'll go all over the place and things will happen to them. And in the next scene, the car looks perfect. So either they have 5,000 Dodge Chargers that look exactly alike, or this is just a fantasy world. And I'm fine with either one of those answers. It doesn't matter to me. And Tokyo Drift was the third movie released because Vin Diesel didn't want to be, he didn't approve of the scripts that were being written after the first one. So he bailed. They started making it with other people, and then they offered him so much money, he came back. So it's the third movie release, but apparently they had killed some people or something. I don't remember, but now it's the 6th one in the chronology. They went and made the 4th and 5th one, but placed them before the 3rd one. And it gets messy, but it all works because it's just the Fast and the Furious. So it makes no sense. That's what matters. Now, here's what I think about this franchise. This is all coming from my scant bit of knowledge. By this point, they should have invented a new mode of transportation. It shouldn't just be cars anymore. They should be doing something else different. These folks are saving nuclear weapons and finding devices and becoming basically spies, but they're still driving American muscle cars. They should have expanded beyond that by now. I expect more than that. They haven't leaned into the Fast or the Furious, more consistently. Sometimes they're fast, sometimes that we don't know. I don't think they're of equal measures. I don't think the scales of justice are balanced. And I think there's some confusion, which is why they don't know how to wrap this up. Yes, they could probably do one where the only word said in the movie is family, and it would succeed. They just have people saying family. That's apparently the most important thing, even though Paul Walker's character is ignoring his family and friends because he's dead. But I think that would still succeed, and I think that should be their goal. They should try that. If they just gave into the homoeroticism of the movies, they'd be way richer than they even are. I think that is, from listening to the people who watch these movies, that is the one thing that they are consistent on, that these dudes just need to admit they love each other and move on.
Oh.
And lastly, they should never stop making these movies. I know they're wrapping them up, but we need just dozens and dozens upon these movies, like the American Pie series. Just keep sending them straight to video. Just keep getting these guys out there and just let us enjoy the stupidity that is Fast and the Furious. So for that, I'm going to wrap up with some possible spinoffs that could come up in this new world. The Furious and the Fast. Haven't done that. They've had movies. They've had The Fast and the Furious. They've had Fast and Furious. They've had Faster. They've used Roman numerals, but they haven't switched these two. And I think that's an untapped source of comedy and drama. Guardians of the Furious. Let's get a Marvel crossover going. Let's see what Chris Pratt does if he wants to do scenes with Vin Diesel. Back to the Fast. Hey, Doc Brown can get involved. He's good with cars. He sent it through time. Why not bring those two worlds together? The Sisterhood of the Traveling Furious. I think the emotions and the importance of the female characters needs to be recognized in this series. And lastly, because they have traveled all over the world, many exotic locations, and they still are struggling with finding their true selves, Eat, Pray, Furious, I think, is the way to go, so that they can finally find their true selves in their world. Let me find the right window here. And there it is. Come on, stop sharing. And there. Good luck, British cast.
I'm gonna sit this next one out. I just want to work for the sandwich shop.
Oh, what? But your family needs you.
Yeah, but we need reliable income, and the sandwich shop is, people always need sandwiches.
These sandwiches, that every one of which you've named after a member of your family, the family you're turning your back on now.
Yeah. So good luck with the heists. I'll stay alive and then be here for my family.
All right. You see if you've still got a family after this.
I mean,
we're gonna go out. We're gonna take our big cars, and we're gonna drive our cars, and then you'll be sorry.
Yeah, but what are you gonna then eat when you're in the cars?
Well, the sandwich. Oh, yeah, it's a good point. Every one of these heists we've done fueled by sandwiches. Sandwiches and family.
I did. Sister, I've eaten, I've prayed, I still remain furious.
Have you loved?
I've loved as much as I am able to, but my anger prevents me, because I want to murder more than I want to love.
There is only one path that I know of that can combat such furiousness.
Yes.
And that is the path of the fast. You've been very furious, but have you been fast?
I quite like the idea of that, if it's a euphemism.
Well, our monastery is at the top of this great mountain.
Yes.
I think you'll find that I have removed the brakes from your big car. Oh. So if you get in your car and try and go down the mountain, you will go very fast indeed.
Sister, I must confess to feeling both excited but disappointed, for when you said fast, I was hoping you meant morally fast, morally loose, if you will, sister.
Sister, we do not approve of such moral looseness.
Indeed, sister, but I thought maybe your moral compass was somewhat astray when you took the brakes off my very, very big car and asked me to go down the mountain in it.
That is true. I felt it was what you needed at the time.
Unfortunately, sister, it has made me, if anything, feel a little more furious, and like I, excuse me, would like to slightly kick your ass.
Well, it seems we have a fight scene on our hands. But
Indeed,
unfortunately, I am not permitted to lose any fights.
Sweet,
No.
sweet. Family.
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 Edit. I've been thinking. I just feel that maybe it would save time if we did the end of our relationship now, and then if things actually turn out quite good, we can then kind of just fill in the rest of our relationship later.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah. So I hate you. It's never worked out between us. Your mother's stifling. I want a divorce.
I
assumed we would get married at some point.
Right. Yes. No. Okay. We'll have to retroactively do that then to make sure this now makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I hate you. I regret the affair. Note to self: have an affair.
Sure.
But you made me do it because of all the nights you were out. You'll have to be out a lot.
Oh God, that sounds exhausting. Okay. Yeah. I'll schedule that in then.
Yeah.
Well, we've got that in the bank.
Yeah. We've got the rest of our lives. Yeah. To build
amazing.
Up yeah. Okay.
Edit.
Where do you want to go on the second date?
Edit. So everybody, I know that we all hate each other, but here we are, forever contractually obliged to work together.
Good thing I love money, but hate you.
I also love money, but hate you.
I'm doing this because of big cars.
Yeah.
I also love big cars and going very fast indeed.
And I love being furious.
And if either of you ever look taller than me, I will kill you.
You like them both equally. You need to pick a side.
Okay. Fierced? Fierced?
Yes.
How furious?
Right.
I mean, it is a compromise, to be fair.
First compromise of the series. You win that. You win the first compromise.
Oh, so wonderful. So wonderful.
I think you can tell that we have definitely all seen the film.
Oh, yeah. That was part of the fun of this. I knew I was going to be talking to an audience that had seen all 10 movies multiple times.
I had no idea there were 10.
Well, there's actually 11 because there was a spin-off movie with The Rock and Jason Statham. So
wow.
And I did lie a little bit. I accidentally saw 5 minutes of one when it came on after another movie that I was watching on TV.
That's probably more than enough, right?
Then I was like, what the hell is this thing? And I was like, oh no, I need to go.
I'm out.
Okay. But now it is time for Sarah's presentation.
Okay, yes. Brace yourself, people. If you thought that one was educational, You're not going to think this one is. Okay. From the beginning. Oh, what's happening? Okay. British films. Okay. What you're seeing right now is a little snippet of what's to come, which is a 70s kind of propaganda film. This is the Green Cross Code man who tells you all kinds of terrible things that will happen to you if you just happen to cross the road in England. But more on that maybe in a little bit. So I was going to do a presentation all about British film, kind of the history of it, but then I kind of got a bit sidetracked and I started looking at this. I was just really interested to know what are the most boring British films have ever been. But then it kind of became TV programs as well, because the ones I remembered and found were mostly TV programs. So here we go. I found this. Building Britain's biggest nuclear power station. So boring, it's a masterpiece. So this is kind of a feature-length program. Please note it is 4 out of 5 stars. So although it was very boring, people actually did really enjoy it. And the write-up about it is just amazing. So I had to share it. Here we go. This program was so boring. How boring? Let's put it this way. It dealt with a 130-metre long boring machine that is boring 3 boreholes under the Bristol Channel's Jurassic bedrock. It's a machine even more boring than the one boring through the Chilterns to make the rail journey to or from Birmingham less boring. Someone is loving the word boring there. But this is a really long article in The Guardian, and it basically breaks down the whole programme, and is actually quite excited by just how boring it was. And then it made me think about this programme. This is a programme my dad likes because he was a professor of engineering. Biggest. It's basically just a programme about big things, like kind of giant structures, and which one is the biggest from what I can discern. There's a lot of series of this particular programme, and the next write-up basically sums it up, and there's no more to be said on this than this. It's English. It's also a television show. Thank you. And then I went down even more of kind of quite a niche rabbit hole, and I started looking at this, public information films. Now, this is something that's even a bit before my time, in all honesty, because this was stuff that school children in the 70s would have been forced to watch on VHS tapes. And these were kind of short information films about kind of health and safety things. I think I only ever saw one, which was about nuclear war, like in the 90s, maybe. But anyway, here we go. So yeah, designed by British Government Central Office of Information. Yeah, advice on all sorts of different things. And they were quite kind of propagandary and disturbing. Particularly the 70s one. So look at this one that I found. This is really intriguing. Lonely Water. So it had Donald Pleasance in it, who played Blofeld in James Bond. And he was playing the spirit of dark and lonely water. What a role. He warns children of the dangers of drowning in water in what modern viewers have called the scariest public information film ever. And he just plays the Grim Reaper, preying on reckless youngsters who dare to play near the water. Nothing disturbing about that at all. Here he is. There he is in all his glory.
No.
This quote, when I first read it, I thought, oh yeah, it makes sense, but actually it really doesn't. So he's on this like scary riverbank, and he says this is the kind of place you'd expect to find me, but no one expects to find me here. It seems too ordinary. It's quite existential, right? You expect him, but you don't expect him, but there he is. And then it goes through this whole series of kind of silly eventualities where you could end up drowning. Basically, it's quite disturbing. And then the final one I found is even more niche. Outbreak. This is about rabies. Rabies in Britain. This is 1976. And like you can see here how terrible things could get because your cat show could get cancelled because of rabies. And if you notice on that poster there, you've paid 20p for the admission. So that's quite serious. And also the dog show could get cancelled as well. And here's some things that this public information film had to say. You're going to be frightened of every animal you meet if they get rabies. imagine it, all the dogs would be leashed and muzzled, everything would be destroyed. But I'm going to leave you with this particular end quote because this is terrifying. All cats would be restrained. Thank you. Have a cup of tea and do with that what you will, American cast.
Hey. It's nice to see you again. I like standing on this corner every day, this busy roadway, just to remind humanity of its never-ending hurtling towards the demise of their own existence. I think it's just a nice refresher.
I do see you here every day, and you're usually like waving, but I guess I do see now that it's more of a you should know better pointing sort of situation.
I just like to kind of raise my finger in a bit of a judgmental way and just raise it across people, because it looks good coming out of my big dark sleeve, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I thought it was some sort of performance art thing, but like no one expected you to be here. It's just a regular street corner.
Hey, I consider myself to be quite poetic, standing here in my long dark robe with my bony little finger pointing at people and letting them think about it all day until they come up with what in the hell is going on here.
You've certainly got me thinking.
Scene.
All right then. Are we quite ready for the British adaptation of Fast and Furious?
Yes. Yes,
I'm thinking we might call it the fitting and the appropriate. Would that be? Is that? That's still a bit too intense, I believe.
I thought it might be the apology and avoid eye contact.
I like where your head's at, man.
It's just 2 hours of people approaching a door at the same time, and they just gesture and then bump into each other.
After you, yes.
2 hours of that.
No, please. Oh, I love it. And of course, who shall we get to play the Vin Diesel character? I was thinking, of course, Rowan Atkinson.
Yes. Without a doubt. I mean, I don't know why we even had to have that conversation. That's just, perfect. I also believe that the who can we get to be the Rock? Someone a companion to him, or counter to him.
Yes, that is it's a bit of a head scratcher there.
Scene. Oh. Well, I appreciate you signing up. You are the first person to sign up for my cat restraining class, because you never know when you might need to restrain your cat.
Or other people's cats. Or just
oh my goodness,
cats
indeed.
on the street, or they're running wild.
Okay, you seem a little bit more intrigued about this than I was just thinking, like, if you needed to like clip their claws, like you need a little nail trim, just
no, I don't feel like, I don't understand why cats have free reign over the earth. Okay, I have to stay in my house. My dog stays in my house. Cats willy-nilly going through the neighborhood.
Okay.
Drinking milk out of saucers.
This was just a seminar, like if you have difficulty getting your little fur baby into the carrier, or you would like to brush the.
I'm terribly allergic to cats. I want them all confined and away from me.
Is this the how to restrain your hat seminar? It's very windy outside, and it keeps blowing away, and I'm trying to find a way to restrain my hat.
No, it's cats. Cats.
I'm sorry, is the Remember Where You Sat seminar? I always have a hard time remembering where I'm supposed to be sitting.
No, it's restraining cats, and now I'm really regretting using the word restrain even, and now you're making me question whether I should have used the word cat. Yes.
When is the sat and hat one? Because I don't like those things either.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
No, go. It's good.
Say I appreciate the offer to go on vacation with you and your family, but I don't like to be anywhere near water. I can't go to the.
That's a total bummer because Dave, we're going to the beach with the sea, the deep, dark sea.
Why would you scare your family like that? Do you know what?
I'm trying to toughen them up. I'm trying to toughen these little rascals up. You know how these kids are. Oh, look, ice cream, fuzzy. Everything's warm and fuzzy. Look at my kitty. Meow, meow, meow.
Do you know you could drown face down in just a few inches of water? It's true.
That's right. So why not just go where it's deeper than that? If you drown, nobody's going to find you anyway. You won't have to be embarrassed.
Oh my God. I bet you even let your children take a bath and just sit in that dangerous water.
I have let the kids take a bath. Now get this, with the radio playing kind of on the sink there, just kind of leaning on the sink. They're okay. They're fine. They're good.
What kind of monster are you?
I'm just a normal kind of parent who's trying to toughen up these little suckers so then when they go out into the world, they know how to handle themselves.
Always end on electrocution. Yeah,
yes, electrocution, not elocution. Not
which clearly I don't have. Awesome stuff. Let's move on to our final thing, which is going to be a living room. So here we've asked for some things from our audience that we can talk about and discuss, and then we'll do some improv based on that. So in a minute, our first cast is going to be Brian, Misty, Brendan, and Dan. And what will you be discussing, Brian? Did you get some?
This is one from one of my brothers, and we can dig into this in any way possible. Who hates the French more?
Ooh.
We may just be breaking down a stereotype. We might be actually having a contest. We'll see.
Okay, let's get that cast on.
I don't know. Do modern British hate French as much as American thinks the British hate the French?
We've got hundreds and hundreds of years of practice at it,
including in 100 years war.
Yes.
Yeah. But I feel like we don't have a particular dislike of the French now that's distinct from the weird animosity that exists between Britain and all of Europe, for example.
That's a good point. I think Americans hate the idea of the French, or like the stereotype of the French.
Of the French.
But they'll go there. They love going to France and trying to do stuff like that. So I don't think it's like an active thing.
So we don't dislike the French. We dislike the idea that they're there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. France would be a perfectly nice place if it wasn't for the French. Is your stereotype of the French the same as our stereotype of the French?
Ours is very pretentious. The men are always trying to steal our women, kind of.
And because we're Americans, they talk a completely different language, and we find that really kind of like bougie.
And rude and pretentious, I think, is the main stereotype. Is that similar to you all?
We very rudely think of the French as being the rudest people.
I think this is like one of those things we talk about, bringing our cultures together. I think this is it. I think we definitely.
I think we just locked it. We just locked it in. Everybody, it's locked in.
It's good. Good. We haven't had a war with the French for a long time. It's overdue.
Yeah.
It's overdue.
Well, I think now they'd object to working or fighting a war more than 32 hours a week, and they'd all have to retire by 29. That's it.
Tick that stereotype off.
Hey, it works. It works.
Definitely does.
Yeah.
All right. I think we got enough. Yeah. Ready?
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hate you. I hate the idea of you.
When you say idea of me, does that mean the way you view me? Is it like it's your personal view of me, or is it the actuality of me?
Not based in reality at all. It's like when you love the idea of someone and idealize your crush. Like I do that more with hate. So like what you're doing and what I think you're like is completely different.
Oh, well, see, that doesn't upset me at all because it's not actually me. It's just the, the idea of me. And because I kind of find myself to be pretty fantastic, I don't think I really like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That doesn't bother me.
Tag out Misty, keep Brendan. I don't hate that you hate Misty. I hate the idea of you hating because you're just such a nice person. I don't like knowing that it's okay if you do it. It just bothers me that you think about it.
Right. So your idea of me is that I'm a nice person, even if the reality is
that you're a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. We can still hang out on the outside. It'll look like we're friends.
Oh, great. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We definitely just have to pretend to like each other to make everybody else happy. I mean, that's how the world works, isn't it?
It's very healthy and is encouraged by psychiatric experiments.
Yes. As long as we have good bread and wine.
Very sweet. So welcome to your last year of high school, man, where everybody hates everybody and everybody pretends to love everybody.
Oh, I hate this.
It's like the worst, man. It's like, and you know what? Everybody 15 years from now is going to talk about what a great time of life this was for us.
Oh, well, I won't hate that. If I'll look back and think this was a good time in 15 years, I'll not hate that. I'll unhate it.
Yeah, but you can't fit in unless you just like trash everything you see, and everything that comes into view is just garbage. Just garbage. And we're just going to roll through that with garbage, and then we're going to magically turn the corner once we're out of high school, and we're going to love it.
I hate your jacket.
Right, there you go. Like my jacket. My jacket's really cool, man. But like, I think because you hate it, I think that just means that like you just don't know. So then I just like hate you. So that's how we're gonna roll.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I didn't think of it like that. Oh.
Yeah. You know what?
I feel I'm not getting it.
In 3 weeks when we graduate, you're gonna be my bro. Yeah.
And will I hate that?
No, man, you're gonna love that then.
Oh, this is so confusing because it sounds like I'm gonna hate that.
No, the world is a confusing place full of really weird reasons.
Oh, okay. So what am I allowed to not hate?
Well, right now, you're not allowed. You have to hate everything.
Oh.
But then, like after you graduate, you're allowed to like come up with your own opinions and choices. And then you can love stuff or dislike stuff, but you probably won't hate anything. Isn't that weird?
Oh, I'm consumed by self-hatred.
Sweet. Okay, European Union countries, get in here. People are, me, the representative from Luxembourg. I'm getting a little bothered because people are starting to think we're all French now. And we're just a cute little country. We're just a cute little duchy of sorts. And I don't like being lumped in with them.
Yeah, I'm Belgium. Get that all the time. Poirot constantly being mistaken for French.
You're right next door.
Of Germany. I thought you were French.
Yeah, that's the problem. We've let them get into our cultures way too much. And it's just rubbing off on us, and it's not good for any of us.
Being French myself, I just wanted to say that I recognize that everyone here today loved the pastry that we brought in. saw French.
But here's the thing. You
Sorry, I pressed go just as you started talking. We'll never
That's
know what the
okay.
thing
No.
is.
No, I was just going to say they brought Danish, so they didn't really do anything original.
See, multicultural. There we go.
Yes.
So in a minute, we're going to get the rest of the cast on to do this one more time. So let's have one final topic, please.
And Sarah, you might have to carry a little of the weight here, but we could also expand it to the more general. I think this was in David also. Why does England always do so poorly at Eurovision? We could also talk about Eurovision in general as a concept.
Yes, please.
I think for this, I might ask one of the British cast to join me because I've only ever watched Eurovision once, and that's about all of my experience. So let's get Dan on this. I feel like Dan's a bit more of an expert than me.
Oh no!
Here he goes. Look, he's literally bracing himself. Dan, what do you think?
So Britain does very poorly at Eurovision, partly because the music market is flooded with American and British music already. So for the rest of Europe, this is their chance to actually get their own artists out there. So they actually put effort in and they actually put forward their best artists, whereas we send someone who won a reality show or someone who got lost and accidentally came into the studio, and anyone, very rarely will send someone well known.
I have a question because I've only seen it from afar, but it feels like some of the teams are in there as like pranks, and like it's the judges but to find the pranks. But if the prank, like people who come out and jump on a up and down on a whatchamacallit, like a bouncy castle and play the flute, advance. I don't even know how do they have rounds? Is it like a tournament or is it like American Idol?
So each country will have their own selection process where usually there'll be like a TV show where they crown a winner out of 6 acts. And then there's 2 semi-finals before the main show. But
So
Britain doesn't have to go through the semi-finals because we give a load of money to the contest, which automatically gets us into the final. Same with France, Germany, Italy, and one other country.
Wow.
And that's
Hey, can I
another
just
reason
say,
why.
Sarah, great job pulling Danny in. This is
You
the
know
Eurovision
what?
expert here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nodding. That's my contribution.
I
Do you
heard of.
think it's sorry,
Oh,
Millie,
I was
go
going to
ahead.
say the only time that I'd heard about Eurovision was when was it Will Smith did that video or that movie, and
Will
then like
Ferrell?
Will Ferrell.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what? I get
I
Will
would
Ferrell and
I
Will
would pay
Smith
money to
mixed
see
up all
Will
the
Smith
time.
on Eurovision now.
That would be amazing. A Will Smith action film about Eurovision.
Punch Graham Norton for giving a rude commentary.
But Dan, do you think some countries do that in a like tongue-in-cheek way, like they're slightly taking the mickey out of it, or do you think it is?
Yeah, because if they win, their country will then have to host it, and that's very expensive.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So some countries will deliberately not try.
Well, I think on that note, that gives us enough to do some improv on, doesn't it? Let's do it.
Glad I could help.
I've got good news.
Yeah.
We've selected you to represent us in Eurovision
Me?
because we don't want any chance that we'll win.
Yeah, I mean, I'm rubbish.
Yeah, we want to make sure we tank it. And so we had a poll. We
Right.
asked who is least likely to show a modicum of talent
Me.
when the pressure's on.
Yeah.
And your name rose to the top. You're at the top of that pile of rubbish.
I'm feeling really conflicted right now. Should I be pleased? I don't. Hang on, let me sing about it.
No, please, no. Okay, all right. So hold on. Whew. We don't want any of that here.
Oh.
But I need you to know, like, we
Yeah.
can't take any risks
Mhm.
that you could accidentally win.
I mean,
So I'm gonna actually need you to like not practice and prepare to get to Eurovision.
oh, because otherwise I might accidentally win. Wow, that
I
makes me feel
mean-
really like.
Okay. Ooh. I
Sorry,
know
I'll
why-
stop. I don't mean to practice.
Yeah. No. All right. The good news is there's no more cats within a half a mile radius.
Yeah, my dog just died.
Oh no.
Scene, scene, scene. I'm going to need I think some, you know what, jugglers are too mundane. We've done jugglers. I really like, let's just have some people just milling about on the stage. Like if we could get them there just minutes before I perform so they don't actually know what I'm gonna do. And we have the lasers, right? Please
You
tell
were
me you
serious
got the
about that?
lasers.
Like I have a laser pointer, but
No. I mean, like the ones that actually like cut stuff. I need those. I'm not gonna cut people, but like, near them.
but I the only thing on the stage is
Mhm.
people.
Yeah. Holes in the floor. I'm just gonna, because remember I'm dangling. I'm gonna be dangling.
Dangling?
Mhm.
How is it?
Yeah.
I need to.
It's on page 43 of
I
my
really
notes.
should have. I really should have looked into this, seeing how
Yeah.
it's 142 pages long.
Mhm.
Your
Yeah.
prospectus.
It
40
is a 3-minute song. So, but yeah, no. I'm not going to laser the people. I'm gonna laser holes in the stage.
Okay,
And they'll
but
eventually, it's like reverse whack-a-mole.
yeah, but you understand that there may exist technology to have lasers that can cut through the floor of a stadium,
Mhm.
but Team Canada does not have them.
Insane.
All right, U.S. football team, get on in here. U.S. soccer, men's, women's soccer football team. All right, listen, I'm very proud of your accomplishments. You have a lot to hang your hat on, but you cannot win another game. The World Cup is the most expensive thing to host, and if we win, then we got to host in 4 years. Our debt ceiling's through the roof. It would end the United States of America as we know it. So we can't win in soccer or football.
Real quick, it's going to be a problem for me. I promised my dying grandmother that I would win the World Cup for her.
As a member of the United States World Cup team, you promised that to your dying grandmother.
It's the one thing she wanted.
That's
to have
And
peace so
actually-
she could move on.
Well, I mean,
it's going to be a problem for me as well because I'm really good at just like kicking footballs.
yeah, you never played soccer or football in your entire life, and you came for tryouts. You thought it was for American Idol, and now you're on the team. And again, that's something to show great pride in, but no more.
She's a phenom. She's
no more kicking.
Bit of a prodigy.
Yeah, listen, we're Americans. Just pick the ball up and run with it.
Oh, is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, just hide it.
Oh,
just grab the ball. No one else is using their hands. It should be pretty easy. Just grab the ball and hide under the stadium somewhere, and then that way even Sarah can't score a goal.
It's like netball, right? I can do that. I can do that. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
With our vast knowledge of sports that some of us here have. I love when people suggest sports things for the questions. I know now not to go there.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And all I can say is thank God for Dan when it comes to Eurovision.
Yes.
I should have looked and done that with the cast that had the two Brits. I didn't know. You can see the massive amount of preparation we do on these.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Well, let's get all of the cast on to
Yes.
say goodbye. Yeah, here they go.
So
Thank
we
you so
will be
much.
back in 6 weeks. A little longer break this time. Very excited. Great job, everybody. We solved all those problems. We can do it in 2 weeks. It's possible. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you soon.